actually have a 20-kilometer long run. Alright, welcome back to a brand new video, everybody. Today, I'm gonna be showing you guys what I eat in a day to maximize my mental clarity, to avoid having brain fog, and to feel mentally sharp while being an athlete. So I run marathons and train for bodybuilding at the same time. And we know that these activities are demanding and they generate a lot of fatigue. But even with that, I still manage to have a diet that keeps me sharp, that doesn't give me sluggishness through the day, where I can actually feel energized even with all the training I'm doing. So I'll show you guys everything I eat, why I eat it, so you can hopefully take away something to your own diet to feel more energized and focused through the day. This morning, we actually have a 20-kilometer long run. So let me show you guys what I eat before and during my run.
Something made of clay, but you are the great creator. So banish all your fears, grab it by the ears. Love and other things of beauty reign. Ask not what your country can do for you. Baby, do it for your country.
Okay boys, so for pre-run nutrition, I'm having 1 banana and 2 of this fruit that I don't know how to say in English, some granola, and a little bit of honey to eat with my banana. So basically, I'm just eating a whole bunch of fruit and drinking a coffee. So on days that I don't run, I actually don't eat this way. I usually eat something with protein when waking up because I'm trying to maximize my muscle growth. Like, I'm also trying to build muscle. So in order for me to maximize my muscle protein synthesis, the morning is actually that first opportunity for you to have muscle protein synthesis. So one of the best things you can do to actually maximize your muscle growth is to eat something with protein in the morning. Now, fasting has been in a trend right now where people don't eat anything in the morning, they push it to lunch. But if you're trying to maximize your muscle growth, even though fasting has its benefits in terms of mental clarity, if you're trying to maximize your muscle growth, it is still important to eat something with protein in the morning. That's going to be very beneficial. However, on days that I do run, so right now, as you guys are seeing, I'm eating basically no protein at all. I just eat a whole bunch of carbs. And the reason for that is that protein usually takes a bit longer to digest, so I'm not going to use it straight away for my runs. What I am going to use as fuel are carbs. So I'm not too worried about losing muscle, since right away after running, I eat something with protein, like right after. But carbs are gonna be your best friend in terms of fueling. Now, in terms of coffee, on days that I don't run, I actually don't take coffee as soon as I wake up. And the reason for this is when you wake up, your cortisol levels are actually already high. So if you take coffee on top of that, then you're gonna have a spike, and then it's probably gonna go down. And a lot of you have experienced that early morning caffeine crash, I'm sure. So to minimize that, on days that I don't run, I actually wait for around 1.5 hours before taking my morning coffee, because then my cortisol levels are already low. Because a lot of you drink coffee in the morning, but it might actually be a crutch. Like, you drink coffee and you instantly feel more energized, but this feeling that you have after just putting the coffee in your mouth is actually a lot more placebo than you think. Because caffeine actually takes like 45 minutes to actually be working. So that feeling of being energized as soon as you drink your coffee is mostly placebo anyways. Which isn't a big deal because placebo actually works. But then you will notice that you're gonna feel a bit tired once the caffeine actually runs out. So I would wait. However, on days that I do run, I actually take a coffee before going out for my run. That's because exercising also mitigates that caffeine crash. So with the exception that you do hard physical activity in the morning, I would suggest not taking coffee as soon as you wake up. It's not gonna be the best thing for your mental clarity, and you're gonna be a bit sluggish, you're gonna feel a bit tired after waking up. Those are the types of tips that I want to give you guys in this video. Quick note though, this coffee is actually a decaf that you guys saw. And normally I do take regular coffee, like no decaf coffee in the morning. But today I took a decaf coffee because I'm taking away with me those energy gels, which have 160 milligrams of caffeine, which is a lot. So I didn't want to take any coffee on top of that because I've never tried those energy gels. It's the first time that I'm gonna try this brand. And I'll also give you guys a quick review because it looks pretty good. It's got 25 grams of carbs, 160 milligrams of caffeine, which is a shit ton. Another thing I wanted to tell you guys is that I filmed this whole morning segment, the whole morning edit that you guys just saw without using a tripod. So let me know if you guys enjoyed it. To be honest, I just simply forgot my tripod in the car. So I said, screw it, I'm gonna try and do a bit more cinematic, a bit more creative shots. So let me know if you guys enjoy that first edit in the video. Delicious. Just finished up 20K boys in 2 hours and 3 minutes. Damn, that was great, man. At the start it was actually pretty hard because I did some flips like 2 days ago, so I was a bit sore. Insert that Ruben, the video guy. Okay, so Lorenzo, how do you manage to get through 2 hours of running, man? I want to give you guys a special trick that I do. So like during my runs, I already kind of think about what I'm gonna do in the day, right? I don't just waste my time running. I also go through like the different tasks that I have in my day. It's almost like a warm-up of my day. I like to see my runs as a warm-up for my day. And so while I'm running, at the end of my runs, I'm thinking ahead, what are the tasks I'm gonna do? And not only that, I also think about the rewards that I set to myself after running. So for example, for the ones that follow me on IG, you know that every Sunday I do a special reward for my last run of the week. So for example, after my run, I drink a cold coconut water or drink a milkshake, something like that. That makes me so excited to actually go for that run because I know I have a reward afterwards. And during today's run, I was thinking so much about how good it would be to take a cold or hot shower right after my run. And so this just motivated me to keep running because I knew I would get a reward afterwards. So to make a habit sustainable, you gotta have some things that you look forward to. Otherwise, it's just gonna be pure suffering, you know? Like when you give yourself some rewards, when you see good things that are attached to hard things, it makes it so those hard things are actually something you look forward to, because you know you're gonna be rewarded afterwards. So all I wanted at the end of this run was to take a hot shower, and that's what I'm gonna do right now. The reward for doing the hard work. And the thought that made it so this run was easier because I was looking forward to actually completing this run. So yeah, now let me take this hot shower. Rewards, man, rewards. Look at this monster breakfast we've got here, boys. We got some fruits, some butter, some jelly that we're gonna put in this loaf of bread, 4 whole eggs, some coconut water, some milk. Wow, this is just amazing. So a big misconception we have about nutrition is we think that it's something that just affects us physically. You know, like you eat a lot of calories, you're gonna get a good physique. Like it's something that only affects your physique. But what we don't really talk about is how what we eat actually affects our cognition. So food is so much more than just making you fat or making you lose weight. It affects our mood, it affects our energy level. levels, it affects our brain functions. So for example, I used to think that you could eat whatever you wanted, and as long as you were eating the same number of calories, it wouldn't affect your physique. And that's technically true. However, during the day, I would always feel tired, feel sluggish, and that's because I was stuffing myself with a bunch of low quality foods, even though I sticked with the same number of calories, proteins, or whatever. So I would still make gains in the gym, but during the entirety of the day, I was just feeling tired. I wasn't able to function whatsoever. So a big mindset shift that you need to have is to also focus on the quality of foods that you're consuming. Does that mean that you can never eat something that is sweet or something that isn't really healthy? Yes, that's exactly what I mean. But since you and I are hypocrites and we're gonna eat those shit foods anyways, we should at least remember that it does have an impact in cognition. And so timing when you eat those shitty foods is actually something worthwhile to do. So for example, if you're gonna eat a sugary dessert or something, save it for nighttime when you know that you already get all your work done, and so it doesn't matter anyways if it impacts your cognition. But nowadays, I avoid more and more eating those junk foods because it sometimes just takes away the pleasure out of life. Like I remember when I went to vacations, like I would always eat McDonald's or stuff myself with a bunch of sugar, and then I would feel tired and sluggish during the whole day and couldn't actually enjoy my vacations. So what we have here are some superfoods that are delicious and awesome for your cognition. We got some protein, which is very important to consume after a workout, because like I told you guys, you have a certain number of opportunities for muscle protein synthesis during the day. So right after a run, you need to be eating some protein if you don't want to lose muscle. So 4 whole eggs with some cheese, some healthy fats here in the butter and the milk, more carbs in the bread and the fruit, and a little bit of jelly. We've got a wide variety here. We've got all the colors in the world, except for green, because I'm not vegan. No, just kidding. I'm not gonna get into that yet. I'm gonna talk about nutrition trends in a while. But just so you know, I don't hate on any foods in particular. So yeah, I'm gonna eat this, I'm gonna feel replenished, I'm gonna feel full of energy, then we're gonna get right into some work. Also, remember to take electrolytes after a run. So when you sweat, you lose a lot of sodium, and it's important for you to replenish this sodium. And coconut water is nature's electrolyte. Also had some sodium on my gels, and so that's something that is also very important for you to optimize your hydration, which isn't just drinking a bunch of water during the whole day. It's also having a proper electrolyte sodium intake. Delicious. Okay, so now that we're fueled up and ready, we drink a little bit of coffee and start working. But again, boys, like I said after my run, running 20 kilometers is gonna generate some fatigue. It's not gonna be an easy jog that is cognitive enhancing. That I always talk here in the channel that exercising is cognitive enhancing. It helps you focus, it helps you think clearly. But I can't lie to you guys and say that, oh, running for 2 hours in the morning is not going to be tiring. It's not going to generate any fatigue at all, because it actually is demanding. It would actually make me feel sluggish for the entirety of the day. But with a proper diet and good nutrition, like I showed you guys, I'm able to mitigate some of this fatigue. So those are the things that you need to optimize if you want to live an active lifestyle while also wanting to be productive and not slack on your work. Now, the next topic I wanted to talk to you guys is creating a good relationship with food. So you see a bunch of these nutrition trends, like you see people go in carnivore, you see people go in vegan, you see people do intermittent fasting. And sure, these diets do have their place, and some people actually work well with carnivores, others work well with a vegan diet. But I would say that for the most part, for most people, cutting out certain types of food is just gonna create a bad relationship that you have with food. We evolved as species to be able to eat a variety of foods from many food groups, and so we really shouldn't fearmonger people to stop eating certain things. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that you can eat whatever there is in the shelf. Like, I'm not telling you that we evolved to being able to eat a bunch of candy and junk junk food. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying that cutting out certain food groups might not be the best criteria you use for your nutrition. I'm gonna give you my criteria that is gonna be a lot more helpful in you creating a good relationship with food and having a well-balanced diet. Okay, so the problem is almost never with a certain food group. The problem is either in the quantity or the quality of the foods that you're eating. So like some people say fruits are super bad for you because they contain a lot of sugar. Now guess what, Sherlock? Sugar is actually good for you and you actually need sugar. Now don't flip that around and think that if sugar is good for you, then you should stuff yourself with a bunch of candy. Because following the criteria that I just said, the quality of this food is horrible. It's processed, it's synthetic, and also because I said fruit is good for you, don't go too far as to just eating fruits all day, because then we get to the other problem in our criteria, which is the quantity. So focusing more on the quantity and quality of your foods instead of cutting out certain food groups is what's going to create a good relationship that you have with food. Now we could extend that a lot more and talk about what are the criterias of what is actually a quality food, because it may sound simple like, oh, quality foods are just whole foods, you know, but like for example, if you buy a bad cod liver oil supplement that has no control whatsoever, you might think it's a whole food, like you might think that it's a good product, but it's actually a bad source. Or if you eat salmon and you think that salmon is good for you because it's like whole fruit foods, you know, but the source of it is also trash, then it might actually not be as good for you. Or if you buy a fruit with GMO and stuff like that. So there are a few things to look out for on like what's exactly a good quality source of food and what's not. But in general, we know, right? Like, just eat non-processed, shitty industrial food and you're probably good. And also, in terms of quantity of foods, it's also a bit tricky because each food has like its quantity that can be consumed, and it's also very dependent on each individual. So for example, water is good for you, but too much water isn't good for you. And the amount of water that you should be consuming depends on each individual. It's multifactorial, like it depends on your weight, it depends on a bunch of other factors. And so the quantity of each food that you're eating is a bit tricky also. There's not a rule, but to make this video simple, just eat a diet with whole foods. Don't eat as much to the point where you're gaining a lot of fat, and that's it, you'll be good. But then if you guys want me to extrapolate that a lot more and talk about more specific things on nutrition, then leave a comment down below and I'll make a video like this. Remember, this is not medical advice, this is what I do. So before doing anything that I say in this video, check with your doctor, although I am really just giving very simple basic things that are actually pretty common knowledge. But either way, don't fall into these stupid nutrition trends that you see on social media. Alright boys, okay, sorry for that. Your boy is getting a little bit excited because this video is looking like a banger, man. But anyways, my crazy side is gonna appear in the videos slowly but surely. I'm still trying to find out a balance of craziness and educational content. If this is even the category that my videos fit in, I'm not sure. But anyways, third meal, and it's gonna be the pre-workout meal. So I got some more protein. You want to consume protein every 3 to 4 hours to optimize muscle protein synthesis. Some more carbs, not too many carbs, because I feel that like midday, if I eat too many carbs, I feel kind of sleepy, you know. So to avoid that, I don't eat so many carbs and I eat them mostly at dinner time. Some more fruit, some veggies. I'm gonna do a whole freaking bowl of salad as well, some cheese, just full on perfect diet. You have every color possible in this plate. Okay guys, so I'm here at my apartment's gym and I'm gonna start a back workout. This is actually my first ever time working out here because I normally go to a regular gym. But today I'm testing it out, gonna see if I can do my back, bicep and shoulder workout here in this gym, because I still haven't told you guys yet, but I have a big goal this year, which is still a surprise and I'm not telling you guys. But what I can tell you guys is that this year is gonna be a running year. You can try and guess what event I'm training for in the comments, but either way, my workouts are probably gonna decrease the closer I get to this event that I'm training for. So right now I'm going to the gym 4 days a week, but it's probably gonna decrease to 3, maybe 2 times a week. So since I won't be having as much time to work out, I'm seeing if I can manage to work out some days at least at the home gym instead of going to a regular gym. So let's start this session. I'm gonna start with some pull-ups.
So many heartaches, so many faces, so many dirty things you couldn't even believe. Or I would stand in line for this. There's always room in life for this. Oh babe, then it fell apart. It fell apart. Oh babe.
Holy shit, boys. I think I fucked up the setup here. The brother, out of nowhere, appeared here at the gym. Literally, he hasn't trained in 1 year, and he randomly just went here today without knowing that it was my first day coming here too, bro. That's not brother telepathic communication. I don't know what it is. Okay boys, so just got done with the workout, took 1 hour and 45 minutes, a bit longer than usual, just because I had to film so much stuff for you guys and this takes some extra time. But either way, time for our 4th and last meal of the day. Usually I eat a snack between my lunch and my dinner, but I didn't have time to today, because as you all saw, I was a bit late because of the long run this morning. But let me show you what we have here. So starting off with some coconut water. I still lost a lot of electrolytes because I just had a workout. It's very hot here in Brazil. You sweat a lot. I also ran freaking 20 kilometers this morning, so I need to hydrate. I need to refuel myself. We've got a lot of protein here. We got some salmon, some carpaccio salmon. We got a bit of meat, some cheese, a massive salad, a bunch of greens, and actually at nighttime, so like I said prior, at nighttime you actually don't need that much mental clarity since you've already got all your work done during the day. So if you're gonna eat something sweet or something that is gonna screw over your mental clarity, I would suggest to right now take it. So at nighttime, it's the best time for you to reward yourself because there's no really demand for you to have mental clarity, have mental sharpness. So this is when I usually give myself a treat and eat something sweet. For the ones that follow my IG, you know that every Sunday I treat myself at nighttime with a milkshake or something that I really enjoy, like a zero alcohol cold beer. Which, going back to what I told you guys in the shower, treating yourself or rewarding yourself after doing hard things, it actually incentivizes that positive behavior, that hard behavior. So it makes that doing those hard things, working out, running, actually worth it because you look forward to those rewards, to those treats afterwards. It's a super cool trick to make a hard habit sustainable, rewarding yourself right after doing something hard. Quick side note though, don't eat shit, like don't eat your treat super close to when you're gonna sleep because then it might actually impact your sleep. But you know my philosophy, like don't obsess in those little details. As long as you're not eating sugar and then going to bed right after, you should be fine. You might have noticed that I haven't showed you guys any supplements that I take. I haven't showed you guys creatine. I haven't showed you guys any carb supplement for my runs except running gels. And that's because I wasn't running that much beforehand, but now I'm starting to bump up my running, and so I'm gonna start taking supplements back again. Creatine is actually cognitive enhancing as well. It helps a lot with brain function. A lot of people don't realize this. They think that creatine is just a muscle building supplement, but it's actually also a brain supplement, just like taurine. Taurine is a nootropic. So things like that are also good for you to have. I'm gonna start taking it now that I'm running more. So just wanted to say this in the end of this video so that you don't think that I'm anti-supplement or anything like that. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, leave a comment, suggest something, a video idea I should do, or just give a feedback. Start conversation. I respond to every single comment, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Let's freaking get it, boys. Whew.